Hello and welcome to Jewellery Rescue. I'm Kat and I'm a girl on a mission to rescue and recycle the world's unwanted jewellery. Today I want to talk about online thrifting. So I discovered that a lot of the UK charity shops have their own eBay stores. So I've made a purchase from one of those, and I've also made a purchase from one of the standalone websites from another charity shop, plus a few pieces from individual eBay sellers and a job lot. So I've got a silver tone job lot which I paid £10 for, and we'll see if there's any sterling hiding amongst it. Let's get straight in and see what I bought.
Now, the first piece I purchased was this necklace from the Oxfam online shop, so not the eBay store but their actual website. There are lots of really cool pieces on there, so I would recommend that you go and have a look, and you can get, I think, 10% off your first purchase if you sign up to the newsletter, so I did that as well. I have always wanted a chunky amber necklace for over a decade. I used to work with somebody that used to wear the most amazing one, and I really coveted it. But if you've looked at them before, you'll know the prices are really high. And this piece seemed like it would be a good substitute. It's plastic, and I could tell that just from the website because each of the beads is identical. So that's a real giveaway. It's got some nice design features like these little dinks in it, and the colour that they've put inside, the variation in it to make it look like amber, and it really does look the part when it's on. I paid, I think, about £8 for this plus some postage. It came really well packed. In fact, it came in a huge box, so it was inside a necklace box from a Posh Jewellers, and then that came inside a really big box. So it was well packaged, possibly maybe excessive package if I was being picky, but it was all good. The only thing that wasn't mentioned in the listing was this wire poking out here. So I guess that might be something to be mindful of, that maybe not everything is going to be pointed out in terms of flaws. But really, I was happy with it for the price. Unfortunately, I then started to really want a real amber one, and I started looking at that again. And by coincidence, the British Heart Foundation eBay store had this one listed. Check this out. It is absolutely stunning. I will show you the blacklight test on both of these to show you that it is real amber. There's variation in the beads. There are some that have been cut similar shapes, but there's no two are identical. And they've got some lovely pieces inside. It's just absolutely stunning. So here on my ring, which is green amber, can you see that fluorescence there? It's glowing a sort of greeny colour. If I hold it up behind the plastic beads, you can see the amber colour of the bead but not the green. If I hold it up behind one of these, there's your green. Can you see that? I'm so thrilled with it. It's got a sterling silver clasp. It was on auction, and I think I won it at about £41, which is cheap for this kind of necklace. As I say, I've wanted one for a long time, and I'm so thrilled with it. I've worn it a lot, and obviously because it's amber, it's nice and light. So yeah, absolutely in love with that one. I then started looking at rings. So I came across this one whilst I was researching some other pieces. I was looking for 14 karat gold rings to price up something else that I'd found, and this was just listed as silver and 14k ring. But because I've recently been interested in Native American jewellery, thanks to my American counterparts, I knew that this was a storyteller ring, Native American, and it actually is a famous mountainscape, these three mountains here, and then you've got the sun. I've been told by experts in a Native American Facebook group that it was made by the Hopi tribe, or Hopi, I may be saying that wrong, who do this etched background. It's quite distinctive of their style. On the back it's marked 14k. It has a figural mark there which I couldn't find online. It looks like somebody wearing a headdress, and then it's got a B and sterling. Haven't been able to find the maker, and as I say, these experts in this Facebook group couldn't help me either. But similar rings online go for about £500, and I won this on auction at, I think it was 20, or could have been 21, but not more than 21. And I have barely taken it off since it arrived. I'm absolutely in love with it. So thrilled with it. It fits me perfectly. It's so comfortable to wear. It's gorgeous. So really pleased with that one. And then that sort of spawned me looking into other rings, and I ended up picking up this one. It was on an auction that nobody had bid on, and I just couldn't let it go. It's sterling silver. It's got a beautiful set of British silver hallmarks in the back there. There's no gold marking, although it's gold tone here. I expect it's probably vermeil, so gold over sterling silver. And it was listed as a blue moonstone, but it actually tests as topaz, which I didn't mind too much because blue topaz is nice too. That is really stunning. These pieces are for my personal collection, by the way, rather than for resale. This one, I did find the make. I thought it was quite old from its style, but it's not. It's probably late 90s. I can't remember, I'm afraid, what the maker's information was now, but it's not a major find, but it is pretty, and it's a garnet in there on sterling silver. It fits the same finger as the Native American ones. I haven't worn it as much, but it is really pretty. The next one is a lapis lazuli. It's a really big chunk of silver, and again, I don't think anybody bid on this. I won it for £8, which seems a bit ridiculous for that much silver. I think it's really cool. It's very dull. I don't think it's been polished, the lapis, but it's a nice sort of everyday statement piece. And then the last one, so these were all eBay from individual sellers. Let me just take these other ones off. Was this beauty, which was listed as a mid-century modernist ring. It's obviously an artisan piece. There's no markings on it apart from the 925 on the back. And it's an abalone shell or power shell. And it just looks to me like a seaside scene, like the beach and the sea and the sky. So I've been wearing it that way up. Isn't it amazing? Somebody else was bidding against me on this, but it was under £20. I think it was about £18. So I've had to now ban myself from looking at rings on eBay because it does seem to be a buyer's market at the moment. I don't know if you guys are selling. I've heard from other people that sterling silver is not selling so well on eBay, as you can tell from my purchases. So maybe if you're a collector, perhaps it's a time to be investing in pieces and hanging on to them until the market picks back up again. Now, the other thing I mentioned was this box of silver tone jewellery. Oh, let me just sort out my lamp. So everything pretty much that I use in this business is pre-loved. I don't like to buy things new. I always try and buy second hand where I can. And the two lamps I use on my desk to light when I'm filming both came from the car boot sale, and one of them does strobe occasionally, so I've just corrected that. Sorry about that. So the reason why I picked this job lot, the seller had lots of lots up, and they obviously knew their jewellery. There wasn't going to be anything, major hiding in them, I didn't think. But I just really fancied the look of this bangle, really liked the style of it, and I had a feeling that it might be silver. There's no markings on it, but it's absolutely, definitely silver. And I've been wearing that and enjoying it since it arrived. It fits me perfectly, and it's just lovely to wear on its own or stacked up with other bangles. So I think that might be the find of the box, but I haven't been through the rest of it past those bangles to see what else we found. I thought we could do that together. So let's see if we can find any treasures. There were two more silver tone bangles in here. This one I think was marked Mexico. Let's just have a look. Yeah, it's alpaca Mexico. So Mexico silver, not sterling, but it's nice, and it'd be nice stacked up with the other ones. This one here I need to test next time I get the acids out. I don't think it's real silver, but it has the look in it. Again, looks nice stacked up. I do like an armful of bangles, but obviously I don't wear them when I'm filming because they make such a noise. So everything seems to be in these little baggies. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So this is a sparkly number. No markings that I can see. It's just costume, but it's pretty. And it looks like we've got some earrings to match as well. There's a few earrings in here. Let me tip them into the lid. So we've got the matching earrings. They look like they could benefit from a good clean, but that's fine. I can do that. We've got some cameo style studs, pretty, but just costume. More sparkly studs. Oh, they're pretty, aren't they? Let's see if there's any marks on these. I can't see anything on there. Oh, hold on, what's that on the end there? Let me just grab my loop. No, that's just it's just a little line around it to help grip the back. But to me, they do have the feel of quality, so I will definitely check the stones and also check the posts with the silver tester, because the backs are mismatched, which makes me think that somebody's changed them over, and it could have been that the backs were marked as silver, so I will definitely check those. There's a pair of, oh no, they're not quite a pair. Sparklies, oh there we go, there's the other ones. Just sparkly costume studs. There's one silver earring, that does look like sterling. Again, I can't see any markings, but my spidey senses are telling me that at least the back on that is definitely silver. So we shall see, we'll have a look at that one. Ah, there's the other one. Great, so they're all pairs, that's good. What have we got in here? We've got a faux pearl, no maker. No maker there, just costume, but again pretty. We've got prom season coming up. Super sparkly brooch. I realised the other day that I must sound a bit dismissive of sparkly things. It's just, as you can tell, my style is the heavy silver, the big gemstones. I'm not really into my sparklies, but that is a pretty brooch for somebody, especially, as I say, with prom season and wedding season coming up. We've got a bracelet that's quite heavy, and it has got a 925 mark on it. I'm sceptical though. I suspect this has ended up in here because the seller didn't think it was silver. I think I'll have to test that, but I don't think that is silver. This one definitely isn't. That's very, very light. That'll go into my pre-loved. There's a little infinity chain. It's got the feel of steel about it, but it's got no markings. Oh, what have we got here? You can see some more shell. Looks like a nice bit of power shell. Oh, it's a very short chain, like a choker chain. No markings, but that just needs a little clean and that'll be resaleable. It looks like we've got some rings in this one. Oh, I meant to say to you guys, did you see my, I did a poll last night that Poshmark has landed in the UK, which is really exciting. I've heard the Americans talk about it a lot, and I think it's a really cool platform for reselling for all sorts of things, clothes and things, but jewellery as well. So I'm going to put my jewellery on there. I'm going to pop a link in the description that gets you £20 free credit when you sign up. So presumably this is just for the UK. But do check it out because it doesn't seem to be any strings attached. You just use my code. It's Sustainabeads, which is the name of my business, when you download the app. And you'll get £20 to spend. You don't have to spend it with me. You can spend it with anyone. So that's pretty cool. Check it out and let me know what you think. This is a costume ring with... what does that say on it? It says S925, but again, I'm pretty sure that's not. But I'll test it. I think if it is, it's been plated. No, it's definitely not. It's not. It's a fakey. It's a fakey. This one, I thought in the pictures had the look of being sterling silver, but I can see that it's got some copper showing through. So sadly, that's just a costume one. But as I say, I didn't have high hopes of this box having loads of sterling silver in because it's obviously come from a dealer. That's another costume one, but it's got a nice little seed pearl on. And if that is a cubic zirconia, it's gone very cloudy. It probably will clean up. and a guardian angel key ring. Now this I really liked in the pictures. Has it got a maker? No, there's no maker on it, but it's got a real feel of quality to it. It's not sterling silver, but it's a really cool silver tone chain with nice detailing. I think that one might be going into my personal collection. I like that one. So we've got a sparkly piece here. Multi-layer again, that would be quite good for the for a prom, wouldn't it, or a wedding or bridesmaid. Pretty costume one. Looks like we've got a couple of pendants in here. World's Best Friend, that looks like it's come off a key ring. I'll fix that. I've got some key rings, so I'll put that onto a new key ring that can go into my pre-loved. This is interesting. It's an Aquarius star sign. Could be pewter maybe. It's quite heavy. I had something similar to this in a different star sign very early on in my jewellery business, and it got snapped up quite quickly. So I'll find maybe a long chain would be nice for that, a darkened chain. And I'll put that one up for sale. More earrings in here. Oh, look at these. Those are beautiful. More power shell. 95 on the hooks. And those are Alpaca Mexico. They're gorgeous. Yeah, I really like those. Those will be good in my Etsy shop. We've got a pair of costume studs. They're quite fun actually, aren't they? Just need some backs. Now these earrings I have had in before, and I made a custom anklet for a belly dancer using the shell dangles, so they'll be fun to reuse. We've got what looks like a brand new pair of bee studs, so they'll go into pre-loved. Speaking of belly dancers, this looks like a belly dancer style chain. That looks like it could be an anklet. Now, what does it say there? NH or HN? Let me know if you know that maker. That's really pretty. It's got little bell dangles. I think that must be an anklet because it's quite large. Might have to get back in touch with my belly dancer. We're nearing the bottom of the box now. It's a pretty looking vintage piece, I think. No maker. Quite sweet. And now this one I was interested in from the pictures of the lot, because it has a 60s feel about it. It's quite badly scratched, unfortunately, but it kind of doesn't matter really with its style. Wonder if that might have been an artisan piece. This is just a modern chain, but that is really cool. I like that. I might swap that for a different chain. Nice one. So I paid, I think, £10.50 for this whole box, and I would have paid more for that first bangle that I showed you because I just fell in love with it. So I feel like I've got my money back already. So anything else that comes from this is a bonus. This is a really pretty necklace. Lovely little flowers. HS. I suppose it could be SH. And, oh, it's Avon. So I've just acid tested these pieces off camera, and it doesn't look like any of them are sterling silver, but I'm still pleased with my box. So what do you think about thrifting online? I'd love to know your thoughts. Is it something that you do? Do you shop for jewellery on eBay? Have you used Poshmark before? Have you bought a job lot before and found something cool? Please do let me know in the comments. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell and you'll see when I next upload. I'll see you in the next one.